But obviously, I'm a lot older. I'm a lot different. And the biggest thing I've heard is I sound so much different and I act so much different than I used to. But I just want to say this really quick right now, guys. Back in the Team Crafted days, like back a long time ago, you guys got to remember, I was 16. I was
He was just
16
the
back
youngin.
then.
He was the youngest
I
member.
was young. I'm 24 now. I'm 24 now. My voice is obviously different.
I was gonna say, ironically, your voice got higher pitched, not deeper.
Yeah, I know, right? But I want to do a new journey, and I have a goal to grow a brand new channel where I can appeal to a lot of you guys, old nostalgic subscribers, while still, appealing to a lot of my new subscribers and, content I do with, a lot of new people as well.
With that being said, should we go into what you do now?
Yeah, let's do it. And actually, let's lead that up a little bit. I want to ask you guys, how have you guys been? Like, you guys have done this series. You guys have been, having fun, talking with a bunch of new people. How have you guys been feeling?
I really enjoy this series quite a bit. However, at one point in time, just like with most YouTube analytics, something will pop for a little while, and then we have to come up with something new. That's just how it works,
Of course,
we got to come up with something new.
Let's just face it, especially with the nostalgia craft, it appeals to Team Crafted viewers. A lot of nostalgic Team Crafted viewers, and they want to see the members of Team Crafted. In these series. Nothing against anybody else who's been on the series at all. Nothing at all.
Captain Sparkles and Ant Venom are like, are you freaking serious right now?
But I gotta say, I think a lot of people, I think they'll enjoy this episode. They love the Jerome episode. People just, they like it. They like to see the old members just because, we did countless videos together.
Yeah, what's cool about that statement as well, though, talking about the Team Crafted era, is a lot of the viewers who are tuning back in for the Nostalgia Craft have also done a lot of growing up themselves and have changed a lot themselves. The same way you said that started for you when you were 16, now you're 24. 8 years, my God. But
has any of you guys looked at your analytics lately? But like literally only 17% of my audience is the age of 13 to 17 now. All like the other 83%, they're all adults now.
Yeah, my favorite portion is the 60+ audience. hit up the grandma scene.
I only have like a couple gilfs, bro.
You do gotta remember, but we'll keep this low key. A lot of people use their parents' accounts too. So I mean,
But what I'd say to that though, Ty, is you're not wrong.
Help my numbers here, Ty.
But but the biggest demographic that I'm sure we all have, or at least Ty, like on your like nostalgia video that you're going to post with this, you're going to see a lot of the viewers are in that, 18 to 24 range.
Yeah.
So those are people who put their real age most likely. Yeah, I agree. Like
Definitely.
If you're going to submit a real old age, then you're probably old.
And one thing about the new viewers is I've noticed this too, and I definitely I love every single one of my viewers, especially in the past. Even though sometimes you guys can get a little hectic and, maybe comment something,
Kai's left foot.
or like, even nowadays,
I've like PTSD.
I've had some old subscribers, find me and comment, and they'll be like, wow, your content's so cringe now. And that's something
I want to say I did see that.
I do see that.
There are people who need to relax a little bit and let people do whatever they want to do.
There's nothing wrong with it. I totally understand that. A lot of them are older now, and that's my point. A lot of them are older now, and they might not.
But ironically, sorry to jump in here. Ironically, our content back in the day was very cringe.
Yeah, and they gotta remember too. They were 12 years old as well. They were 12, and they liked, cringe content. It's just, YouTube definitely appeals to a young teen audience, especially in a lot of games, especially Minecraft now, as Minecraft has blown up. Most Minecraft
there's certain
YouTubers,
waves of generations. You remember how like back in the day, Ty, when we were part of the RuneScape community, we used to talk about how there were generations, and so like the first generation would have been like Skychi and Max Boysen and
even your old content
2K.
like Fort to Lols. I promise.
Yeah, I was like a third gen.
That probably appealed to a young kid because I hate to say it's funny, but it was like cringy.
Dude, like my content, like all of our content back in the day was
Uh-oh,
cringy as
sir.
hell, and that's what made it so beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was just memes. It was just a bunch of people who had access to the internet and made a bunch of videos.
So I
And
don't think I actually said that.
what you do?
Not what I do. We're kind of getting off track, but like one for those for everybody who's interested in join me on my new Minecraft journey. It's a new project that I want to do to re-blow up in the Minecraft scene.
Good choice of words.
My link will be I don't know if
Track.
if you guys want to put the link in, that'd be awesome. Shouting myself out here, but but yeah, no, I mean if you're interested, or you can just look up Deadlox. I channel has like 18K subscribers right now. The channel
what is the icon we're looking for?
I put the original Team Crafted one. So
Right.
you know what,
Everyone
Jerome
knows
uses it, Sunday uses their original one, so I'm just gonna use my original one. Why not?
All right. Yeah.
So
OG.
why not?
Go.
Life is actually really interesting for me anyways. One thing I'd like to bring up too, and I think you guys have probably heard this yourselves, mostly everybody in Team Crafted minus a couple, you've probably heard like, let's say for example for me, like, Deadlox, where have you been? I haven't heard your name since I was like 13. Like, I thought you disappeared off the internet, or I haven't heard about you forever. And that's something I've heard from a lot of nostalgic fans, and that's why another reason.
You're a dad.
I'm a dad of 2 girls now, and so that's kept me busy. But I have never, ever left the internet. I've always done something productive when it comes to social media and YouTube. I just want to let everybody know that I'm always productive when it comes to social media, and that's one thing I want everybody to know, because no matter what, I will always try to be productive when it comes to YouTube, the internet, just because I think it's here to stay.
So being a parent, man, how has that affected your style of commentary? Because I'd assume that now you want to make content that you can actually watch with your kid as well as
100%. And I've
That's what happened with Sky Media with me.
I've been actually a big believer, even since you've been doing that, that especially Minecraft conscious content in general, just because YouTube right now, there's tons of kids, there's tons of young people, whether they're on their parents' device, that doesn't matter. You can't stop that. There's YouTube Kids, but there's people who will be on YouTube that are kids as well. My 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old, watches YouTube every single day. She watches Roblox YouTubers, toy unboxing, a bunch of different things, and I think making content that's fun and not particularly like super kid friendly, but where everybody is able to watch it.
So E for everyone.
Yeah, everybody. And
Cartoons back in the day used to have jokes specifically for parents that they knew that that kids wouldn't be able to get.
100%.
That's what I tried to do with a lot of my.
Our names are still very popular. For example, I did a Minecraft video with somebody, and they put me in the thumbnail. I was in their video, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't heard Deadlox's voice in forever. I can't even recognize it." Or, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Deadlox in years." So our names are still out there.
All right, Ty. So I'm gonna ask a big question here.
Yes, sir.
Because this is a question that I'm sure my audience really wants to know, and something that I feel like would be good for us. So, what happened to us, pal?
You want me to be honest? And this is an answer that
I want you to lie.
I think
I'm here as the mediator, and I need you to lie. All right, I'm gonna shut my mouth.
All right. Let's do a lie. We'll do this. Let me think of a lie.
You can't even
It's
lie.
because you're an egotistical. Okay, I'm just kidding. No. Okay, let's get to the.
That was a good lie, though.
Let's get to the reality of things. I think everybody has their own life. Everybody has their own life, and everybody has things they need to do. And as we grow up, we realize what we want to do and how we want to do it.
I agree.
And
I think that
there's a lot of things.
Do you want to know my opinion? No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say just to finish up. I think there's a lot of things that from when I was younger, even from just a few years ago, that I didn't understand then that I understand now. That like why is this person acting this way? Why did this person disappear? Why isn't this person doing this? Or why is this person doing this a certain way? It doesn't make sense. It's easy to critique until you understand or go through it yourself.
I totally agree. Yeah, that's where I was gonna go at is I genuinely think that, you know, like, we're both literally family men. Like, we're just kind of like, even if mine's not like the most functional family in the world, like, I still have, you know, things to take care of and things to focus and hone my attention on.
Yeah,
and
not
I
only
think,
family men, but let's even talk about Sky Media. You were super successful. You did a ton, and you know, I wasn't too much a part of that just because, you know, things have to go a certain way, especially how you ran it, which was so successful. You know, at the time, you know, maybe that's something that I couldn't understand, but you know, as of now, it's like, well, of course, duh. You know, you have to do it that way. You know, it
was a pain though. Like, doing Sky Media was like a lot, because
but an insane
I think
accomplishment.
It definitely was. I mean, like, we were right there, ready to like be prepped for acquisition, and you know, some stuff hit the fan and didn't quite happen the way that it was meant to.
It doesn't matter though. The success that happened, what still happened, even if it didn't have the end game of what it did, which still makes it just impressive.
Yeah, I'm definitely there's something I'm still very proud of, but with you know, being family men, I guess, going into a little bit more about that is, you know, being family men means that, you know, we sort of sit here and our primary focus is to try and provide for the people around us that we care about.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's literally just all that happened with Ties. Like, while you guys kind of seen me on my channel doing that, in my life, Ty found a set of friends that he wanted to focus on and do that for himself, and that was also his family, and that was also the people that he cares about. And at the end of the day, you know, people are going to drift further as they try and build up their own empire, you know, and then eventually, every so often, they'll come visit each other. But it's not going to ever be anything like life is, especially when you have online friends. Like, life is never going to be concrete and solid, and, you know, ever anything like that you'll be able to just live in memories with.
And let's,
you know?
just say,
like,
it's a lot nicer to have online friends than having a group of online friends live in a house. I think you guys could probably relate to that. Which, I didn't live in the house, which is one thing I actually one thing's on my list I wanted to bring up too. A lot of people kind of get confused about this, and this is like nobody's fault, but just the reality of things. When it comes to a lot of things, when it comes to Team Crafted, I was heavily involved in Team Crafted recordings, but like I said earlier, I was only 16. You know, I didn't live in the mansion with you guys. I didn't partake in some of the things you guys did. You know, I did go to LA a few times, you know, had some fun, we did some things. But but I didn't.
But I mean, other than that, yeah, there really wasn't
I didn't do a boatload. So definitely I'm a part of Team Crafted. Definitely I blew up because of Team Crafted. And the majority of, you know, a lot of my old content on your guys' channel I was in. But I will say probably my biggest mistake was just not knowing because I was young.
Yeah. I mean, me and Mitch have discussed this a couple times when it came to Team Crafted. Is that, like, it just, for at least me and Mitch can both agree, I think, is that, you know, we were just all young kids who just didn't know what we were doing. And if we had been a bit more mature at the time, you know, things probably would have been a bit different.
Yeah, and I think part of it comes down to the age-old rule of no one wants to be the first to do anything, and Team Crafted was truly, I don't care what anyone says, it was the first of its kind. A bunch of YouTube young kids with their own money, with no parents who know how to handle this. So you have no other support other than some of the unfortunate people we surrounded ourselves with. I'll just say that. You know, I didn't want to have anything to do with some of them. Other people didn't want anything to do with the others. Regardless, it wasn't ideal. And it, you know, we were the first to pioneer and have a gamer house of successful young people who, like you said, didn't have the knowledge or the foresight. And I mean, I think it was a really cool time and cool opportunity. I mean, kind of missed the missed the boat a bit, but you know, it is what it is. We all have learned our lessons from it, and
It's a learning experience, and you know, we were all young, like I said, and it worked
Yeah.
when it did. It worked when it did, and that's all that matters. Because you know, it worked when it did, and it was successful. But you know, as of everything, as of me, Mitch, you know, we all adapt. We all are adapting. We're all trying to find out where we stand when it, you know, whether it becomes on YouTube or live. There's people who have adapted and have adapted wonderfully. I'll bring up Jerome as an example. He's adapted.
Well, Jerome never stopped.
Beautifully. He adapted beautifully, and I give him so much credit because he adapted beautifully. And
What
he
about
didn't just
Sunday?
adapt. Sunday did amazing too. Sunday did absolutely amazing. From when I look at Sunday's channel, when I look at Jerome's channel, even when I look at, you know, Preston's channel, these guys are making this crazy content of this style, and you know, it definitely, people knew who they were, you know, from the past, from a long time ago, from the olden era, and they're taking it right now and they're blowing up because they're appealing to a new era while they can appeal to the old era as well. And that's what I want to do, and I'm confident I can do that, and I'm confident I can blow up, you know, and I think everybody in this call can.
Coming off this guy, he's just exuding it.
I know we all can. I mean, we're all smart. You know,
Ty, I'm just gonna make a new channel with you.
Did someone say blow up?
But I've gotten some comments saying, you know, especially on my new content I've done, you know, saying, "Wow, you really can't be happy making this content. Wow, this is so depressing." You know, comments like that, and I just want everybody to know that, you know, people who, you know, say that, I just want to say you're actually totally wrong. I've never been happier as I am now. You know, doing what I do. You know, I love doing what I do. I love recording the videos I record. And I want to make you guys happy, the old viewers, and I want to make new subscribers happy. I want to make everybody happy because I think that's a reality